Drivers and passengers at the ABUAD Motor Park in the nation's capital are decrying the poor state of facilities there. They're also not convinced about the Vice Chairman of the Abuja Municipal Area Council's assurance that plans are underway to put these basic amenities in place. The drivers at the park say it's the same, with no real change in 20 years of the park's existence. Our correspondent Kayla Megwa has more.
For 20 years, the ABUAD Park has been a one-stop shop for many travelers in the Federal Capital Territory. With over 200 cars going through the park gates daily, the park, located at number 92 Bimbo Akintola Street, Utako, Abuja, covers 15.9 hectares of land. The park was originally located at Area 1, then relocated to the Wuse Market, and has been at this location for 20 years. 20 years with no development, according to the drivers who work here every day. The ground is basically sand, which becomes dusty during the dry season. The drainage system here is non-existent and is a cesspool for diseases, especially when it rains. This water tank is the only water storage facility at the park. And we're told the toilet systems were a nightmare until the toilets were privatized 3 years ago.
You know that now, you know the smell, you know that now. Every day should go wash now. Now people should go come here, you know that you go and talk. You know smell now.
It costs between 20 to 50 naira for every use of the toilet, and those services are only available during the day.
They close around 11. For some of us in the night, they don't come here. They just go within the vehicles and urinated there. That is why you find it always, whenever the sun beat at it, it will be smelling.
For a park with very poor facilities, the drivers and business owners who work here say they are levied heavily for its upkeep and are not getting their money's worth.
We have to repair the park. If you come park and walk, you go back like say you come for the fun. I hear people are making some money.
Even before there is a plan to tie the park, like 2012, they have planning, and when they have a case with the developer, that is why they stop it.
Most important thing is the environment is very dirty. That's the major thing. The environment is not well clean. Even as they collecting 15 naira daily basis, they will keep it clean. No, they don't do it.
One of the staff members of the developers tells us where all that money goes.
We have women who are sweeping this park every day. Then we have wheelbarrow who are packing the dirty every day, so that we make sure the park is clean.
We told the National Union of Road Transport Workers what the developers had to say about the levies, and he wasn't very convinced.
If that is all they are using, the money they are collecting here for, they are nice people in the negative way. This is how we were 19 years ago. They said they will develop it, that we should occupy. We have occupied it that 19 years ago. Nobody is developing anything. But remember that the park belongs to AMAC. It's not part of the job of Abuja government.
So we took the issues to the Abuja Municipal Area Council. The Vice Chairman of the council says these problems are temporary and a more permanent solution is underway.
What we are seeing here presently is not actually what is on the master plan or what is supposed to be at the park. But we are hoping, believing that as soon as possible, the construction company will take off completely and commit the full infrastructure of the park.
The people who come to this park to make a living every single day are asking the government to do something to make it healthier and safer for them to do their businesses in 2019. Kayla Megwa, Channels Television News.
Another milestone is being celebrated by the Babalola University as its teaching hospital successfully carried out the first set of open heart surgeries. Against the backdrop of the latest feat, the founder of the university and other stakeholders have vowed to set the pace in global medicine.
3 patients undergo the first open heart surgery with 100% success recorded. It's an exciting experience for the Afe Babalola University Ado-Ekiti family. The team of cardiologists that performed the surgeries share the experience with stakeholders gathered at this reception to celebrate the new milestone.
I think the secret behind it is when you have a committed leader, the commitment, and you not only that you commit yourself to it, you make sure you have the resources that you need. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. The wheel has already been perfected.
That is barely 48 hours after the surgery, and one of the patients presents himself as a living testimony, saying thank you to the facilitators.
I just want to say thank you, sir. I really appreciate you.
For the founder of the university, the pace has been set, but the best is yet to come.
We are ready to compete with any other hospital anywhere in the world. And this is what we have achieved today. We have 3 patients, and 2 of them have gone home already after making use of the most sophisticated technology in heart treatment.
Student doctors and the surgeons at the institution also applaud the new feat.
If I should describe it in one word, I just say amazing, because the surgery was so successful, and at the same time, the doctor came upstairs to teach us some of the things that they were doing. They told us about what they used to stop the heart, that was cardioplegia. Then he also taught us how they brought the heart back to life. He taught us about other things they do in the OR, and we were just having a good experience learning from what he was teaching us.
I was in the situation room watching each process, and then the surgeon came to explain to us what was actually going on in the operating room, and I was able to see the step-by-step way we were able to place the valve and close the heart at the end.
With its first and best foot forward, the university will be helping to build on this towards more exploits in the world of medicine and other areas.
And to Ogun State, the governor, Mr. Dakwa Abiodun, is not happy with the condition of facilities at the state-owned Olabisi Onabanjo University Teaching Hospital in Shagamu. The governor, who expressed his displeasure while inspecting facilities at the hospital, says he hopes to make the institution a reference point for affordable and qualitative healthcare delivery in the country. And to actualize this, he says his administration will set up a committee comprising of stakeholders and practitioners in the health sector to bring back the old glory of the teaching hospital.
I'm sure you followed me around and you've seen for yourselves the condition of this place. It is worse than deplorable. I intend to immediately put together a team of both consultants and members of the sector as well. After I get a formal report from the medical director and his team, I intend to set up a team to look at how we can immediately begin on a phased-out approach to begin to ensure that this place indeed becomes as functional as it should be. At the present time, I don't see how this place can produce doctors that would be seen as doctors that actually would be able to look after patients. I don't see how they even have been able to manage to look after patients. So we have to go back to the drawing board. I understand that they've lost a lot of accreditation, which is not surprising based on what one can see here. Most of the buildings that are here are buildings that were inherited from the old State General Hospital.
And for 3 days, photographers came from across the world to be part of a conference in Lagos, southwest Nigeria, to share ideas on how the craft can be improved upon. Art Review tonight presents the 3rd edition of the Now Conference, a hub for the lovers of the camera.
Passion can range from several ideas, an eager interest in or admiration for a cause, to an enthusiastic enjoyment of an activity, to strong attraction, excitement, or emotion. All these and probably more can be found in this room filled with creatives who have an apologetic love for the camera. It's the Now Collective Conference, the third in a series, that brings together photographers from across the world to Lagos, Southwest Nigeria, to brainstorm on ways to improve this craft using techniques and technology.
The more you share and the more vulnerable you are in an online platform, you actually connect with people who are also in the same place. And people love that connection. And they will reach out to you if you're ever sharing something that you're struggling with, and they'll share with you.
This year, the organizers are making sure there's a whole lot more than talk. But before the demonstration, Belgian wedding photographer Yves Scheppers begins with a lecture on his works and style.
I always shoot in 90 degrees angles. I try to be 90 degrees perpendicular to my subject. Like, I use light, I shoot with the light, but I also shoot against the light. You know, there are various ways to use light.
Then it's time to display creativity and Yves wowed the crowd with various styles of approaching a subject to achieve maximum results. The output exceeds all expectations, a testament that simple things can be made to become extraordinary. For the brains behind the Now Conference, the fulfillment that comes from creating a platform where photographers and photography can be appreciated cannot be measured.
Everyone is good at what they do, but there's room to learn. There's a room to invest in yourself. I mean, you can buy the old gears you want in life, but if you don't invest in yourself, you probably wouldn't know how to use those gears, you understand? So my advice is believe in yourself and also invest in your craft. It's very, very important.
Driven by the need to express is the force behind Mr. Segun Olotu's passion. And together with his team, they're gradually becoming a force to be reckoned with, breaking new grounds and showing that the success of a project like this is mainly how well everyone clicks.